he was part of a glittering cast that included the likes of Baby Tele, Grace Mahlaba, Katleho Danke, Bonimbuli, and even Shashi Naidu. He was the original bad boy, the brooding and dangerous Duke, quietly menacing, but not to be taken lightly by his enemies. Backstage, as you remember, was a popular local drama series that gripped viewers in the 90s. One of its stars, Carlo Radebe, has recently made headlines because since the show was dropped, he says he's fallen on hard times. He recently made a brave plea on social media asking for assistance. We've invited him to join us in the studio this morning because I think his story could be mine, his story could be yours. It is certainly the story of many South Africans and really one of the many faces of unemployment in South Africa. Carlo, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to ask you to just step into the mic a little bit closer. Firstly, welcome to our show.
Thank you very much. And thank you to South Africa. Thank you for you guys tuning in, those that have. Thank you for listening, and hello to the viewers.
This is an enormously brave thing for you to do.
Yes, it is. And I am so uncomfortable, and sorry is just a word. Sorry for upsetting those that were upset. There were people I read on Facebook. I don't use the other social apps like Twitter and all of that, WhatsApp and TikTok. Good luck. So
don't be nervous. It's okay. I could see you overcome with emotion when we played the theme song to the show. Mm. What made you come forward with your plight to tell your story?
Wow. Okay. I had to. And little known fact is I don't blame people that I don't know what's been going on Twitter since April the 8th when I put out the plea. I don't blame people. I saw a little bit on Facebook. They had a link from a newspaper article that if you have any comment to make, leave it here, and then it spills over into Facebook. So Facebook, when I looked yesterday, it kind of turned into Twitter when I was looking at how people are upset. And it's the absolute right. I realized that, and I couldn't be upset anymore because people don't know anything about me. And it's easy when you don't know about something or somebody to use a blueprint or a template of what you're familiar with with a certain situation.
Sure.
And people are like saying, this guy must get a job, man. Yes, absolutely. What type of a man? Oh, absolutely. People that respect you, and then you turn around and you're panhandling now. You're standing at the corner. You've got your hand out. And these people, your fans...
You feel people are judging you?
No. That's right. My point is, those people that are saying, that's the truth. They say, didn't we give this guy money 8th of April? Now here he is again. And the people that will take advantage that you help. Some people are saying, these artists, they're busy with drugs and running around with women and prostitutes. And I think, oh man, if you only knew me, or the few people that I have gotten to know, maybe usually working. If you'd say that about me, you say, yeah, he took the money, he went partying. Yes, this is what people expect. But if you know me, where have you ever seen me?
So tell us, Carlo, how hard has it been for you?
Okay. I'll tell you very quickly. And then no strings, no violins, please. I don't self-pity myself. Anybody that knows me will tell you I have never suffered depression. These are serious things. And I feel for anybody that's going through that, suffering depression is a serious thing. It's horrible, I can imagine. But I have never felt sorry for myself. I don't suffer depression. I have held on. This is not known. This October will be 19 years exactly since my retrenchment from Backstage. And I'll talk about ETV. And I have to thank Marcel Golding. Ngiyakubonga, Baba. Marcel Golding, that's why I still remember his name. I'm not sure if he's still working for ETV. Thank you very much. These people,
Sure.
Yeah, Mfundi Vondla is attached to Karen Vondla, is attached to Charlie Vondla. I can tell you about Mfundi Vondla.
I'm going to interrupt you because it's important for us to
Go ahead.
focus on your story, right?
Yeah.
Because that's why we've brought you here. Just give me a sense, because you say it's been 19 years. I didn't realize it was that long ago. I thought it was, in my head, somehow it was more recent. When you parted ways with the show and that part of your life ended, you were on a high. You were on one of the most watched television programs. You must have thought at that point, more work is certainly going to come.
Exactly. I thought, I'm going to be lucky. I don't have to network me. I'm going to be fine. And then tomorrow next month becomes a year. It was about, I think, nearly a year before I got anything. And thanks again. There's Mfundi Vondla, Chosi H. I work for him again and his family. Here's Mfundi Vondla, his doppelganger, Charlie Vondla. He pulls me out from the woodwork again. I work with them, I think, 2012, How to Steal 2 Million. And obviously the parents are always supporting him and co-producing. And they all have to nod their heads at the same time and say, hey, Carlo again. Here's Mfundi Vondla, Selom Vuyane, Generations. And I was just finishing off about backstage and thanking ETV, thanking Marcel Golding, thanking Mfundi Vondla. These people have been very important to me, even though we're not connected, we're not close, we've never really had a conversation. Sure. Gave me 4 years of life, my bond, my car, my first car. And I appreciate ETV. They gave me a long run. And it's not about, why did he get retrenched? Everything comes to an end. And the thing is why I wind up here, and this word to the wise, I never networked myself. This is before Instagram, TikTok, I never. And it's my nature that you wind up.
I suppose it's the life of an actor. You know, you're not guaranteed anything beyond that particular production. You obviously hope more work will come, but if that character, that journey with that character comes to an end, you hope for something new, but it doesn't always come.
That's so true. And this is word to the wise, to the young artists out there, and anybody in any business now. You can not be marooned on an island thinking your lucky stars are going to be sparkling out of your head and you're going to have this aura and people. You have to work. We're taught this at Pretoria Technikon, but there was no internet back then. You guys coming out of this group now, when you go out there, you must stay in touch. You must keep in contact and support each other. And this is what we're taught. And I never used it.
And this is also important because, and not to say that people who acted and who had the natural talent don't deserve work, but you did the right things. You went and got the training, right, to be an actor. You weren't just somebody who thought you could act. You went and studied the craft. You got the qualifications.
Since high school, from Standard 8 to Matric, 1988 till 1990. Thank you, Janet McLaren, my trauma teacher.
So you had the teachers. You had, you put some work into your craft.
I had to.
How hard is it, Carlo, to be somebody that people do recognize, to find yourself in this situation today?
I feel more so empathic for the people that have had, especially the ones that have had to donate, especially April. To feel embarrassed for myself to say that 19 years, to describe my journey, I'm alone. Unfortunately, I found myself alone. Usually once you lose your job, you lose your apartment, you lose your car, you turn around, you see how many friends you have, and people are the way they are. Survival of the fittest. There's nothing wrong with it. Maybe you might have one person, but instinctively abantu bafuna
they move away
because you know why. But they don't know that it's subconscious. It's survival of the fittest. They don't want that energy while you're having it. It's floating around you, attaching to them. And then if they make the mistake, usually you ask for this, and then tomorrow you're going to ask for that, and then it's going to cost them by the time. So it's nothing personal. So the journey for 19 years, I've been essentially, literally alone. If you want to understand my journey, watch 2 movies It's called 127 Hours with James Franco. And then on a lighter note, you watch Groundhog Day with Bill Murray and Andy McDowell.
That cycle of something that feels like it's not ending, it's not ending, it's not ending, it's not ending. Listen, I have some sympathy purely from the point of view that I'm also in a public job. At times people will recognize me, and I can only imagine what it's like to deal with the challenges of life and unemployment and bread and butter issues almost publicly, because people still recognize you. Because I'm sure every now and again someone comes to you and says, Duke.
Oh, that's nice.
Right?
Yeah, I'm like Duke yourself.
Listen, we thought we'd bring you into the studio, and we appreciate you coming in to tell your story as bravely as you could. It is uncomfortable. It is no doubt scary, but we're hoping from a conversation like this, something can happen for you, but also just to put a face, to put a story behind the numbers we've been hearing about what unemployment is like for so many South Africans in this country. Thank you so much for coming in. Carlo Radebe, you'll know him, of course, for playing Duke on Backstage, but he's had other roles in his career. It's been 19 years. And as I said at the beginning of this, his story could be my story. It could be your story. It is certainly the story of many South Africans.
Current events, developing stories,
tough questions.
Your voice making a difference.
This is Breakfast with Bongani Bingwa.